This day in Philly sports history is proud to be a part of the Clashing Conferences Sports Fan Network, where passionate fans make powerful content. Check out theclashingconferences.com and join the squad today. What's up, everyone? Welcome to this day in Philly sports history for July 14th, 2025. I'm your host, Jim Montgomery. Welcome to a Monday edition of the podcast. And as we do every Monday, be a shark today. Be a shark. Go out there and just be badass on a Monday. But here's what you missed over the weekend. It's time for Rewind the Weekend, brought to you by Philly Goat. Go to phillygoat.com. Use the promo code Jim Montgomery to take 10% off your order. They got you covered with all of your Philly sports apparel needs. And I guess we'll start off with a sad note. I heard this on Friday after I'd already posted everything. Former Phillies coach and manager and Philadelphia native Lee Elia passed away on July 9th. Probably best known for one. If you haven't heard this, look it up on YouTube. But probably better known, not so much as manager of the Phillies, but for a rant he had as manager of the Cubs. I highly recommend checking it out. But condolences to the Elia family, Phillies own, and Phillies former coach and manager Lee Elia passed away on July 9th. All right, sticking with those Phils, not a good weekend. Went 1-2 in San Diego. Certainly had their chances. Friday night, it was just not being able to hit anybody in, and 7 men left on base. They had the bases loaded in the eighth, and granted, the Padres have a good bullpen, so it's sort of you get it. But the Phillies had chances. Ranger got off to a rough start, but did settle down. Schwarber hit his 30th home run that night. I believe only the second. I mean, we'll have to look that up. But I think he's only the second Philly to hit 30 home runs before the All-Star break. I'm not sure if Ryan Howard did it or not, but I'll look at that and let you know tomorrow. But the other big story on Friday was All-Star Gate, I guess. Ranger apparently did decline, saying he wanted to rest. Christopher Sanchez was told the only way he could be an all-star was if he could pitch tomorrow night. He was scheduled to pitch yesterday, and it didn't work out, which is kind of messed up. I know a lot of the players had Sanchez's back. The Phillies, to their credit, did give Sanchez his all-star bonus, but just a messed up situation. And then you got a guy for the Brewers who's pitched in 5 games. I saw a stat, thanks to my friend John Foley. Garrett Stubbs has pitched in more games than the guy who made the All-Star game over Christopher Sanchez and Rangers. Although Ranger did decline, so we'll give him that. But just a messed up situation. But kudos to the Phillies for doing the right thing and giving him his bonus, even though it's not officially an All-Star. And then Zach Wheeler said he's not going to pitch in the All-Star game. Feels it would be better for the team long term. You got to respect guys that do that. And truthfully, Zach Wheeler did not do well on Saturday. 5-4 loss, though. Again, they had their chance. They just couldn't get any runs on that San Diego bullpen. But Wheeler wasn't his best, but you got to be able to score more than 4 runs when your ace is going to have a bad game every now and then. It wasn't even a terrible game. It just was not what we're used to seeing. So the offense is starting to become a problem. It's 8 more men left on base. And then, of course, yesterday they were able to salvage the win. It's kind of one of those things I'm sure everybody was looking forward to getting out and going on vacation. Alec Boehm, we will monitor that situation. Got hit in the ribs and was not in the starting lineup yesterday, so not sure if that's anything to worry about. But listen, here's my take on it. The Phillies have 55 wins, and it's their fifth. Which, listen to this: It's the fifth most wins they've had in franchise history before the All-Star break. They have not even come close to playing any stretch of games that could be considered good or their best baseball. They're doing it with, and maybe it's a lot like the Eagles in 2023, smoke and mirrors, but the starting pitching is getting the job done, and they're doing just enough on offense. So whether it's the offense leaving men on base, not hitting with runners in scoring position, or the bullpen, uh, Jordan Romano might as well just. Everybody see a lot of people saying DFA him or cut him, whatever. The problem is they don't have anyone better than Jordan Romano right now. So if they can address the bullpen, possibly even get a bat, this is going into the All-Star break. It's the fifth best Phillies team ever. So I would not. I can see it with my eyes. They've not played well, but they're heading into the All-Star break. 55 wins, fifth most in franchise history, and they're in first place. And I talk a lot about Eagle-fying the Phillies schedule. I do think we need to take a step back and see that all these teams in Major League Baseball are flawed. They have issues, and the Phillies are no different. Now the ball is in Dave Dombrowski's court. You need to figure this out because I don't think it's sustainable. But considering everything with bullpen implosions, Alvarado getting suspended, Bryce being out, you have 55 wins, fifth most in franchise history. It's just maybe a couple days off will do us all some good when it comes to the Phillies. But they head into the All-Star break, losing 2 of 3 out in San Diego over the weekend, but maintaining a half-game lead over the Mets in the division race. They open up with a weekend series at home on Friday against the Angels. Tonight's the home run derby. No Phillies in the home run derby, so get to see Schwarber tomorrow. Will be the only one actually playing in the All-Star game. All right, on Saturday, the Union did finally break out of their schneid, ending their two-game losing streak with a 2-0 win over the New York Red Bulls. Indiana Vasilev and Bruno Damiani, both scored for the Union, who are now back in first place in the MLS Eastern Conference. VJ Edgecombe is still out with the thumb injury. Probably will not see him again until preseason starts. Paul George on his podcast, though, did say he likes what he sees out of Edgecombe. Really he appreciated his mentality, compared him to a young Jimmy Butler, which is strong. But hey, if you could be Jimmy Butler-esque, I would certainly take that. So what happened on this weekend? Uh, Well, back on July 12th in 1994, Doug Jones got the win in the All-Star game. That also happened to be our trivia question on Friday. We talked about Heathcliff Slocum getting a win, and can't for the life of me, the guy's name just slipped my mind. But in 1944, and I asked you who was the other Philly to get a win, that would be Doug Jones back in 1994, July 12th. And Raffensperger was the guy's name. Raffensperger was the other pitcher to get a win for the Phils. And then, excuse me, on July 13th, Terry Mulholland started the 93 All-Star game. First Philly to start an All-Star game since Steve Carlton in 1979. And then in 2021, on July 13th, JT Realmuto hit a home run in the All-Star game. And that's Rewind the Weekend. That's what you missed. Sponsored, as always, by Philly Goat. Go to phillygoat.com. Use that promo code Jim Montgomery to take 10% off of your order. All right, let's do some quick housekeeping and a quick programming note. This week, I will be in Ocean City, Maryland for a couple of days. So Thursday and Friday shows will be shot on location. But it's a dead week for sports in general, but specifically Philly sports with the All-Star game fills off till Friday. Only Kyle Schwarber in the All-Star game for the Phillies. So it's going to be a slow week. but that's why they call them the dog days of summer. But be sure to follow me on social media, Jimbo_Mott on Twitter and TikTok, on Instagram at Philly Jimbo. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Jimbo_Mott. Continue to spread the word. And if you want to see highlights, I have highlights, clips, photos, all kinds of good stuff on my social media, including Facebook and LinkedIn. So hit me up there. But be sure to like, subscribe, leave reviews. All of those things I'm finding help the algorithm out and help get this to more people. So all of that good stuff, I appreciate it. And the Discord channel is live. Go to the first link in the description. Come on over and let's talk some Philly sports because there's not a lot of Philly sports to watch this week. Whether you're coaching Little League, crushing your fantasy league, or just rolling up to a bachelor party like a Philly legend, Lotwin Custom Hype Chains bring the energy. Fully customizable, totally unforgettable, and guaranteed to turn you into the MVP of the moment. Great for teams, groomsmen, or anyone who wants to show off with some serious swagger. Go to Lotwin.com, use the promo code TCCPOD, and get 10% off your own custom hype chain. Lotwin, let's get hyped together. All right, July 14th was a big day in Mike Schmidt history. First, we'll go back to 1979. Phillies beat the Dodgers 10-7. Mike Schmidt went 2 for 4 with 3 RBI, a double, and a 2-run homer off of Don Sutton. The home run was his 31st of the season, becoming the first Philly to have 30 by the All-Star break. He ended up with 45 for the season, one of 3 times, 1979, that he went over 40 home runs. And I will check to make sure tomorrow, but he was the first Philly to go over 30. Kyle Schwarber has over 30 or more now at the All-Star break. I will check to see because I think Ryan Howard, the year he hit 58, if I remember, he got hot more in the second half of the season. But I will check on that and give you the update for tomorrow. But on this day, in 1979, Mike Schmidt hit his 31st home run of the season in a 10-7 win over the Dodgers. And then in 1988, another milestone home run. Phillies lose to the Astros 7-5. Mike Schmidt, though, once again went 2 for 4 at a homer, 2 RBI. The home run was number 537, passing Mickey Mantle for 7th place on the all-time list. Unfortunately for Mike, it was a rough 1988, a rough start to 1989. He would only hit 11 more in his career before retiring. And if you are keeping score at home, Mike Schmidt is currently number 16 on the all-time home run list. Peaked at number 7, but as a lot of the steroid era guys hit their home runs, he is now 16th on the all-time list. However, that does lead us to today's trivia question. What former teammates is Mike Schmidt in between on the all-time home run list currently? So which former teammates are number 15 and number 17 on the all-time home run list, sandwiching Mike Schmidt? Hit me up on the Back to the Future voice and text line 267-495-8531. Get that. Anything else Philly sports related off your chest? Want to whine and complain and bitch about excuse me, Jordan Romano? That is all fair game because we're all feeling the same. But we're about a week or so away from Eagles training camp, so the light is at the end of the tunnel. Or you can go to the Discord channel, any of my social media. But what pair of teammates is Mike Schmidt sandwiched between on the all-time home run list? And then finally today, our greatest individual season in Philly sports history tournament. We are now in the regional semifinals. Carson Wentz on Friday from 2017 narrowly beat Mike Vick from 2010 with 51% of the vote. Hard to argue. I probably would have gone Vic, but I see why somebody would pick Wentz. Probably a more efficient year that ultimately did lead to the Super Bowl. But thank you for everyone who voted. We're in the regional semifinals now. Today we're in the Phillies region, and this matchup's a doozy. I still don't know which way I'm going to go with this. But the number 2 seed, Steve Carlton from 1972, takes on the number 3 seed, Ryan Howard from 2006. Carlton was Cy Young winner, All-Star, went 27-10 with a 1.97 ERA, 30 complete games, 310 strikeouts in 346 and a third innings, winning 46% of the Phillies games. Phillies went 59-97 that year. Carlton winning 27 of the 59 games. Just a ridiculous season en route to his first Cy Young Award. Meanwhile, in 2006, Ryan Howard hit 313, 58 homers, 149 RBIs, won the MVP, was an all-star, added 25 doubles, 659 slugging percentage. Phillies kind of got it together near the end of that season. This was the year they traded Bobby Abreu, finished in second place in the NL East, 3 games back in the wild card. They were in it right up until the end, but we all know what happened the following year. But now it's your turn. Whose season was better? 1972 Steve Carlton, 2006 Ryan Howard. Have fun with this one because this is tough. Wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of debate on the Discord channel, but get that vote in. Whose season was better? Don't forget to check out our friends at Beach Caddy. If you are going to the Jersey Shore, they got you covered with move-in, move-out service, as well as beach cart rental. Use the promo code Jimbo to take 15% off for the rest of the summer. Don't let the work and the idea, don't get stressed at the Jersey Shore. Let Beach Caddy take care of the hard work and the heavy lifting for you. Use the promo code Jimbo for 15% off. Again, don't forget to subscribe, like, all of that other good stuff. Leave a review. The more reviews we have, the more we get bumped up in the algorithm. But let me know that vote because, again, I probably have to give – I mean, it's the best pitching performance in Phillies history versus the best offensive season in Philly sports history. So I guess whichever one you prefer. I did not get to see the Steve Carlton. I may have to give a slight edge to Ryan Howard because I feel he was unstoppable that year. But would love to know your thoughts on this. Let me know your answer to the trivia question. Mike Schmidt's currently number 16 on the home run list. What former teammates sandwich him on that list? Excuse me, number 15 and number 17. On this day in 1988, Mike Schmidt hits home run number 537 to pass Mickey Mantle for 7th place on the all-time list. And then in 1979, hit his 31st home run before the All-Star break. First Philly in team history to have 30 before the All-Star break. All right, it's going to be a dead weekend or dead week as we are on the All-Star break. I doubt that there'll be a lot of, or if any, major moves. The NBA or Major League Baseball draft was yesterday. Phillies got a couple players, so I'll dive into that tomorrow. But go be a shark today. It is Monday. Go seize the day. Be aggressive. Who cares if it's Monday? Go out there and seize it, take it, and be a shark. This has been This Day in Philly Sports History for July 14th, 2025. My name is Jim Montgomery. Go have yourselves a Monday. And until next time, I'll see you when I see you.